Damn, damn, damn. Where do we even begin, man? The WNBA is burning itself to the ground. First of all, let's get this out of the way. Indiana Fever pull out a victory against the Chicago Sky, a lot closer than it should have been. And I say that more because of the big lead that the Fever got, which they seem to consistently blow. They start doing different things. They go back to Stephanie White's terrible, terrible offense, and it really messes things up. But I want to put it in perspective a little bit. Even though the Sky are 12-19, they have been playing a lot better lately. And Dijonai Carrington, and oh, we will get to her in a minute. She came back. She's been playing well. She's been a spark. She's also an idiot, and we'll get to that. But what really, well, a few things stood out to me for this game, but one of them was absolutely wild that I guess, again, puts the talent of Caitlin Clark into perspective. 26 points on only 15 shots, 5 of 6 from three, 11 assists. She had another 25-10 game, and it didn't feel like it at all. Like, I kind of felt like Caitlin didn't play all that well. And I don't say that to be overly critical or anything, just the vibe overall from the game. I mean, because there was a lot of offense where, she's not getting the ball or she's getting fouled, she's getting mugged, she's not getting that freedom of movement, she doesn't get any chance to do anything. So it just didn't feel like, it certainly didn't feel like she was 5 of 6 from the line. I mean, from three. Yeah, and now granted, she, from about 35 feet away, she almost put one through the backboard that went in. And, sometimes when things are going your way, that is the type of play that you get. But this was, for the basketball, this is one of those where you say, hey, man, we got to win. We got out of there with a win. We did not play all that well. Oh, by the way, I do got to shout out Michaela Timpson, by the way, her first start. I believe it was her first start ever. Did she start one last year for like an injury reason? They had so many injuries last year. But she started for Monique Billings, played 30 minutes, 10 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 boards, 3 assists, a couple of blocks. And I will say this on a couple of buckets I noticed. I just feel like Michaela Timpson has so much upside, so much potential. But even with right now what I would call her limited offensive game, she develops a connection with Caitlin Clark that I think she can develop. She could be a 20-point scorer before she even begins to develop her offensive game, which is absolutely wild. Caitlin. Other thing I do want to add though with Caitlin is it's the free throw thing's getting into her head a little bit, right? Same situation end of this game, except she did make the second one. Up three, 2 free throws, missed the first one, second one rattled home, thankfully. But I think that's now look, she's a like 85 to 90% free throw shooter. That's where you can tell it's a little mental. It's like penalty kickers in soccer, right? So much of that is mental. You get these guys. Most of them are not very different from one another, believe it or not, in terms of their technical ability. But some guys just don't have it mentally in big moments where it's like, okay, everyone in the world is watching. The whole entire game is stopped. Obviously, a lot more goals, points in that sport, and everyone's expecting you to make it, right? It gets in your head without a doubt. Uh, we got to talk about some other things, though, folks. First of all, the offense is so horrifically bad. Talking to some people, it's like second half of 2024, so much more entertaining, so much more fun to watch, so much more enjoyable. This offense of Stephanie White's it's terrible. It's boring to watch. You got a lot of players standing around, a lot of ISO ball, not creating anything for anybody. Aaliyah Boston is. I'm so tired of her being up top. I'm so tired of her getting in Caitlin Clark's way. I'm so tired of these fake screens that she's setting. I mean, she had one in the second half. I noticed. She goes to set a screen, gets out of the way before the defender even makes contact with her, and then slides down right into where Caitlin Clark is driving to the basket, gets in her way. Caitlin Clark has to come out and reset. And I'm seeing stuff like that over and over again. And these are the types of things that are going to keep you from a damn title. Aaliyah Boston, get in the post. Stop this hub crap. You're not a point guard. Stephanie White, if it's you, and I'm sure it's you as well, you also got to stop it. Now, a couple other things, man. We absolutely have to talk about. Let me make sure I have Okay, we've got this. We're gonna do this first. Caitlin Clark, she got her eighth technical, man. That means the next game, which I believe is on ESPN, if I'm not mistaken, Caitlin Clark will be missing unless they fix it. And this is what her technical was for. She gets fouled by Natasha Cloud, right? Gets bumped from behind by Natasha Cloud, which is not called. There's that. There's that bump. Then you see another one there. Knocks her off balance. She makes the pass as she's going out of bounds, right? So that's what she's focused on. She jumps in the air so she doesn't go out of bounds. So she's bumped. She's bumped again. She tries, and then right there, the tiniest of bumps with the official. Folks, any of you ever watch sports, you see that happen 1,000 times. 1,000 times. NBA, you see NBA players with refs like that all the time. That was called a technical. Watch the official, like, oh, you know what? I'm teeing her up. That was called. I want, man, I'm playing it again because this is so ridiculous. This official needs to be reprimanded. This official needs to be suspended. This official needs to be fined. Kathy Engelbert needs to make sure this is rescinded. She needs to come out and make a statement because this is absolutely unacceptable by a professional sport. We've got this referee right here watching it. So both of them see foul one is right there, foul two right there. Caitlin Clark's off balance. She's headed out of bounds, so she jumps in the air looking for a teammate, throws the ball, and then, of course, her natural momentum. The official is in the way. The official needs to do a better damn job of getting the hell out of the way. Let's put that bullshit right there on the table. This is what the contact, as minimal as it is, 100% on the official, and calls Caitlin Clark not only for a technical, which is absurd in and of itself, but her eighth technical. Foul one, foul two, she trips, and you saw it even there. If you can see it in the little bit of right, absolutely one of the worst technical fouls. And I'm going to say it, ladies. I'm sorry. I don't say this to piss you off. I think you know why I say it. But, yo, enough with these DEI hires, man. This ref clearly a woman all up in her feels. Clearly a woman all up in her feels. I'm just saying, got to go. No business officiating a professional sport. This is an appalling call. And this is where you must take action against the official. Otherwise, it's a terrible message you are sending to the league. And now, of course, we are going to take a look at this. Dijonai Carrington commits criminal assault on Sophie Cunningham and then is shocked. Now, I will say they got the flagrant two right. They did get that right. She's tossed out of the game. I think she had like 8 points in the first 3 minutes, and then she gets herself tossed. But this is 100% on purpose, folks. Watch watch Dijonai's left hand. Watch how hard. Right, look at that. Look at that. Right across her entire face, hard. Pulls her head, snaps her head back, keeps her arm on it until Sophie goes down. She made this, by the way. And she's stepping as it when Sophie, thank God for Dijonai Carrington that Michaela Timpson was a quick thinker and did that because Sophie Cunningham would kick the living crap out of a little white wannabe with the blonde hair, Princess Dijonai Carrington, one of the most privileged people in the world, rich professional parents, went to Stanford. We know she didn't get in because of her intelligence. Obviously, a DEI Stanford get in, but this is ghetto trash, man. This is thug ball. This is everything wrong with the WNBA. Yeah, I'm using all the words to piss people off because I have had it with this crap, man. There is zero excuse for this. Dijonai Carrington, Kathy Engelbert should be making the announcement before today is over that she has been suspended for the rest of the season, bare minimum. Bare minimum, she's done for the season. And that's because I say, I would say 20 games, and, we only have what? 11, 12 left in the season. So absolutely done for the season. Probably should be suspended for the beginning of next season as well. But again, watch this left arm, folks. This is 100% headhunting right there. Absolutely went after the white, straight, pretty girl that she absolutely hates. Everyone knew this was coming. Shout out to CJ, the W360, who, tweeted out about it beforehand, say, hey, Dijonai Carrington's going to take this opportunity playing the Indiana Fever to make something. Just like Chelsea Gray with her fake BS before, and then Jackie Young with her fake BS last game. Every single time, predictable as hell with these absolute ghetto clowns, man. Got to go. Kathy Engelbert, do your damn job, man. And then, by the way, Dijonai Carrington, while the game is on, of course, she wouldn't do it on X. She goes straight to threads and posts white privilege in all caps and tags the Indiana Fever. I want you to think about the type of person that is, folks. You saw what happened right here, right? You see what happened right here. Boom, gets tossed. I'm sorry, I didn't have the. Damn it, my bad. I thought I flipped the shared thread thing. Right here, I'll let it play through. Bam, that is hard. That is on purpose. That is across the head. That is dangerous as hell. That is criminal assault. She gets tossed as everyone who's going to be honest knows she should. And then she dares to go to social media. By the way, Kathy Engelberg, remember there's no place for hate in the social media world with the WNBA. You're gonna have to explain to me how Dijonai Carrington ever plays basketball in the WNBA again. She has a history. By the way, you know where she got all this? Stephanie White. Two of the dirtiest players in the history of the WNBA, Alyssa Thomas and Dijonai Carrington, both played for Stephanie White, both multiple times tried to take out Caitlin Clark. Just let that sink in for a little bit. And then one more thing, I want the volume up on this one. Listen to the end. Listen to the end of this, folks. Chance for Sophie Cunningham. That's how they're rolling in Indiana. There, Dijonay Mustard Carrington, and you may act tough, little white suburban princess. I wasn't calling her white. I'm talking about the areas in which she grew up. But farm girl, Taekwondo black belt Sophie Cunningham, she'd rip your arms off and beat you to death with them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You might be lucky that Michaela Timpson did what she did. Absolutely insane. But hey, man, Indiana Fever got to win. It's going to be interesting to see the fallout that comes from this because there's a lot for Kathy Engelbert to unpack. Caitlin Clark got mugged numerous times in the game, and I mean mugged with no call whatsoever. You saw the technical called against her, which absolutely needs to be rescinded. The official needs to be reprimanded. And then they compound it because I will say this: I will give credit for Stephanie White to get fired up when she found out why the T was called. She got fired up. Another official then got her a technical foul, which is absolutely ridiculous, of course. And then Kathy's got a deal with not only what Dijonay did on the court, but then her going to social media. Kathy Engelbert, you got a lot on your plate, woman. I'm just saying, you got a lot on your plate. Hop to it. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. I will talk to you later.